Dear listeners, welcome to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of our collective past. Today, we find ourselves in the midst of ancient Greece, amidst the tumultuous landscape of the 1st century BCE, as we delve into the fascinating tale of the Battle of Pharsalus. This pivotal event, which took place on a fateful day in August 48 BCE, would forever alter the course of Roman history, leaving an indelible mark on the fate of the Republic. As we set out to explore the origins of this epic clash, let us transport ourselves to the sun-drenched plains of Thessaly in northern Greece. The Enipeus River, with its gentle flow and fertile banks, cradles the city of Pharsalus, a place of strategic importance and breathtaking beauty. It is here, near this ancient city, that the armies of Julius Caesar and Pompey the Great would eventually collide in a maelstrom of steel and bloodshed. The year was 48 BCE, and the stage was set for a confrontation that would decide not only the fate of Rome, but also the course of Western civilization. To understand the events leading up to this pivotal battle, we must first examine the complex web of alliances and rivalries that defined the late Roman Republic. The death of Crassus in 53 BCE, at the hands of the Parthians in the Battle of Carrhae, removed a crucial stabilizing force from the equation, leaving only Caesar and Pompey to vie for dominance. The Optimates, led by Pompey, championed the traditional values of the Roman aristocracy, emphasizing the importance of senatorial authority and the rule of law. In contrast, Caesar's Popularis faction sought to expand the power of the people, often at the expense of the senatorial elite. As we delve deeper into the historical context of the Battle of Pharsalus, it becomes clear that the conflict was not merely a personal struggle between two powerful individuals, but rather a manifestation of deeper ideological and philosophical divisions within the Roman Republic. The city of Pharsalus itself played a crucial role in the events leading up to the battle, with its rich agricultural land and strategic location, making it an attractive prize for both Caesar and Pompey. In the years preceding the battle, Caesar had been consolidating his power in Gaul, while Pompey had been strengthening his position in Rome. The tension between the two men was palpable, and it was only a matter of time before their differences would be settled on the battlefield. On January 10, 49 BCE, Caesar crossed the Rubicon River with his legions, sparking a civil war that would ultimately lead to the Battle of Pharsalus. With a complex tapestry of events leading up to the Battle of Pharsalus now laid bare, we shall proceed to the next chapter in our narrative, as we enter the midst of the battle itself. The armies of Caesar and Pompey were about to clash in a struggle that would decide not only the future of Rome, but also the course of Western civilization. Join me, dear listeners, as we embark on this thrilling journey through one of history's most pivotal moments, where the fate of empires hung precariously in the balance. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we continue our journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of our collective past. The year was 48 BCE, and the fate of the Roman Republic hung precariously in the balance. As we delve into the midst of the Battle of Pharsalus, let us transport ourselves to the sun-drenched plains of Thessaly, where the armies of Caesar and Pompey were about to clash in a struggle that would decide not only the future of Rome, but also the course of Western civilization. The Enipeus River, with its gentle flow and fertile banks, cradles the city of Pharsalus, a place of strategic importance and breathtaking beauty. The battle itself was a masterpiece of tactical maneuvering, as Caesar's seasoned legions faced off against Pompey's numerically superior forces. On August 9, 48 BCE, the two armies met on the plains of Pharsalus, with Caesar's troops forming a tight, disciplined line, while Pompey's forces deployed in a more traditional, loose formation. As the battle commenced, Caesar's legions held their ground against the initial onslaught, before launching a devastating counterattack that would ultimately prove decisive. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Battle of Pharsalus was the role played by Caesar's legendary Legio Kenfratrensium, a veteran unit that had fought alongside him in countless campaigns. These battle-hardened soldiers formed the backbone of Caesar's forces, and their discipline and cohesion were instrumental in securing the Roman victory. As the dust settled on the battlefield, it became clear that Pompey's forces had suffered a crushing defeat, with estimates suggesting that over 15,000 of his soldiers had fallen. In contrast, Caesar's losses were relatively light, with fewer than 1,000 casualties reported. The significance of this victory cannot be overstated, as it marked a decisive turning point in the Roman Civil War, cementing Caesar's position as the dominant force in Roman politics. In the aftermath of the battle, Caesar would go on to pursue Pompey, who had fled to Egypt in search of refuge. This would ultimately lead to Pompey's assassination and Caesar's subsequent rise to power as dictator of Rome. As the great Roman leader himself once said, "Veni tai, vidi dei, Vici, I came, I saw, I conquered." These words encapsulate the essence of Caesar's military genius and serve as a testament to his enduring legacy. The Battle of Pharsalus marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire under Caesar's autocratic rule. Join me, dear listeners, as we embark on this thrilling conclusion to our journey through one of history's most pivotal moments. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we continue our journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of our collective past. The aftermath of the battle marked a significant turning point in Roman history, as Caesar's autocratic rule began to take shape. The once mighty Roman Republic, with its system of checks and balances, was slowly giving way to an imperial system, with Caesar at its helm. The optimates, who had opposed Caesar's rise to power, were either killed or forced into exile, while the populares, who had supported him, were rewarded with positions of power and influence. One of the most significant consequences of the Battle of Pharsalus was the transformation of Rome's governance structure. Caesar, now dictator of Rome, began to consolidate his power by appointing loyalists to key positions and reorganizing the Roman administration. He also implemented a series of reforms, including the creation of a new calendar, which would eventually bear his name, and the establishment of a permanent police force. However, not everyone was pleased with Caesar's newfound powers. A group of senators led by Brutus and Cassius began to conspire against him, fearing that his autocratic rule would lead to the downfall of the Roman Republic. Their concerns were well-founded, as Caesar's power continued to grow unchecked. On the Ides of March in 44 BCE, the conspirators struck, assassinating Caesar in the Roman Senate. The death of Julius Caesar marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new period of turmoil in Rome. The Second Triumvirate, comprising Octavian, Mark Antony, and Marcus Lepidus, would eventually rise to power, leading to a series of bloody conflicts that would shape the course of Roman history. The Battle of Philippi in 42 BCE, where Brutus and Cassius were defeated, marked a significant turning point in this period, as Octavian emerged victorious and began his ascent to becoming the first emperor of Rome. As we reflect on the legacy of the Battle of Pharsalus, it becomes clear that its impact was far-reaching and profound. The battle marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire under Caesar's autocratic rule. It also led to a series of significant reforms, including the creation of a new calendar and the establishment of a permanent police force. Moreover, the Battle of Pharsalus had a lasting impact on Western civilization, shaping the course of European history for centuries to come. The rise of the Roman Empire under Caesar's rule marked the beginning of a new era of imperial expansion, as Rome's borders stretched from Britain to Egypt and from Spain to Syria. The Roman Empire's legacy can be seen in the many languages, cultures, and institutions that it influenced, from the Latin language to the modern systems of governance. In conclusion, the Battle of Pharsalus was a pivotal moment in Roman history, marking the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire under Caesar's autocratic rule. Its legacy can be seen in the many significant reforms that were implemented during this period, as well as its far-reaching impact on Western civilization. As we bring our journey through this fascinating period to a close, we are reminded of the enduring power of history to shape our understanding of the world and our place within it. Thank you for joining me on this journey through one of history's most pivotal moments. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember